Welcome everyone to another Daily Blues here on 100% Chelsea. All the latest transfer rumours and news to do with Chelsea Football Club. I'm joined by the same old faces here on the panel. Tony, Louis and Tom. Say hello, guys.
How you guys doing? You alright?
Hello, guys.
Awesome. Now, we're staying up. Am I not right?
Oh, Pedro Rodriguez.
Oh,
Pedro Rodriguez.
Oi, Pedro, give us a wave. Pedro, give us a wave. Oh, score a goal. I'm getting assist, that's fine.
One game, 20 minutes it took Pedro, our sensation. He played amazing today. And we've won 3-2 on the day. Not the best, not 100% at the moment, but it'll do. You know, it's not a loss, it's not a draw. We got 3 points and we're back on track. Guys, what's your just overall general feeling, your reaction to winning 3-2 at West Brom? Tony, let's start with you.
Relief, basically. It feels like we've just won a cup tie, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Complete roller coaster. It was a great game of football, to be fair.
What?
You know, such a much needed 3 points. But no, the game had absolutely everything. You know, penalties, sending off. Great debut goal from Pedro. What a player he is. Eh? I mean, you must be distraught if you're a Man United fan. You know, watching that game today.
Oh, you watching? You watching Manchester? That was brilliant. I love
Oh, quality. No, where was it? Someone, the guy commentating, I remember, said there must be thousands of people in Manchester kicking their TVs in right now. You know?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, it was a fantastic debut, wasn't it? I mean, it was an amazing 45 minutes, actually. And 3 Spanish guys on the score sheet. I don't think that's ever been done before, is it? Or is it the second time it's ever been done?
Second, it was Swansea 2013.
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow. You out, Eunice. No, what a fantastic goal. But you know, it wasn't like you say, it wasn't perfect, was it? It was more about the 3 points, and like I said, it was like a roller coaster sort of experience. Our fans were brilliant today. Did we come across? Did you hear us on the telly? And that? Did we come?
Yeah, loud and clear as usual.
Did you see
brilliant away sport as usual.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, unbelievable. Did you hear the we are staying up? We are staying up. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You know what I mean?
Just to point out as well about the game, before it started, Tone was on Sky Sports. Well, he was live. Basically, as the game was about to start and the players do the whole shaking hands thing, they cut to a few fans in the crowd, and they cut to 3, and the second one was good old Tony. So that was good. That was good to watch. Yeah.
That's all right. Obviously, my good ladies recorded everything for me, so I should enjoy that after Daily Blues, like, you know. So have a look at that. But no, do you know what? Great atmosphere. You know, shocking weather, but you know, like I said, the game had absolutely everything. Fabregas was off the pace again, wasn't he? And I thought, you know, I think it's time for Branner to have a little rest. You know, he wasn't on the game at all, was he? You know, it was. I don't know. I just think he needs a rest, to be fair. But no, look, you know what? We got 3 points, you know, and it's been a long while. And it's pretty sad saying that, but, you know, it's been a long while and it's a nice feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. It is. Obviously, we're going to go through the pros and cons, and there were a few cons. We did, you know, as we said, it's not 100%. We're going to go over what went wrong. But 3 points are 3 points and win's a win. Louis, how are you feeling about the game? How are you feeling about a win?
You know, it's good to finally get over that triangle joke. It's good, you know, that we've got 4 points instead of 3 now. So, you know, we're more like a square. But, you know, well, it was a good win today. It was a good win today. I thought we played well. I mean, it looked like we were back to our old selves. And we still played well minus a player. No, it was a shaky, I think it was about half an hour, wasn't it, without JT. But it sort of proved, even with 10 men, we can hold the ball well. We started distributing a lot better. Willian had a good game down the middle. Pedro, I think, he's going to be that starter out on the right now without a shadow of a doubt after today. So, that's a solid team there. I was wrong about Pedro as well. So, I didn't think he'd start, and he did, and I'm glad he did because he scored that goal and got the assist. So, it was a good win for us today. Shame about JT, though.
Well, can I just ask that? It was hard to say, obviously, because it was at the other end, yeah? Was it a penalty? Obviously, I need to see it again.
It looked like a penalty to me. But
it was a pen.
It looked a soft penalty. No,
what basically the camera angle where during the game, that normal angle, it looked like he just fell over. I was screaming, going, "You flip!" Clattenburg's done us again. But afterwards, they showed another replay, and it showed that the guy just fell over. And I'm like, "Here we go, he's dived." And then they showed one angle, and this one angle is the only angle that actually got it. It was basically because they were next to each other, literally shoulder to shoulder touching, no gaps. John Terry had both of his hands on the guy's arm and yanked him down. And as soon as he yanked him down, the player just went down. And when you do, I
think he made the most of it, man. I think he made the most of it. He felt a little tug and he just thought, "All right, I'm going down here."
No, but the intention was there. John Terry was holding his arm. He was literally holding with both hands his arm and yanked it down. And when you do that, you're risking everything. Last man, goal scoring opportunity, about to hit it, it's a red.
I've got to see that camera angle, man, because the one I saw, it just didn't look as blatant as what you're explaining.
Yeah, no.
I've got to see that.
Well, no, if I'm honest, in my opinion, when I first saw it, I mean, if I was a referee, even if he'd had made the most of it, if I was just a ref in an ordinary game, I would have probably given that. Because, JT took the risk and he was the last man, and Rondon did go down. If you go down and, the defender doesn't get the ball, you've taken that risk, it's gone wrong, you're last man, you do get sent off. It's as simple as that in any situation. Even if it was a dive, you would have got sent off.
Yeah. Is it a one match ban?
Sorry, say again?
Is it a one match ban? Is it a one match ban?
Yeah, I think it's a one match, yeah.
It should be for a straight red, isn't it?
It's a professional foul. It's not violent conduct.
It's not violent contact, yeah.
If it's violent conduct and you've gone to actually punch someone in the face or whatnot, then it's a 3-match ban. But like Courtois, 1-match ban. So.
Okay. Yeah. But Zuma was superb. Did you not think? I thought Zuma was, quality.
Yeah.
I'm with Tom on that one, mate. He's totally ready. I love Zuma. I think he should play.
He's ready. He's ready.
Well, he proved that, didn't he? Yeah. And I mean, when Cahill came on, it just goes to prove when Cahill's next to Terry, he's good. When he's not next to Terry, he was a bit shaky.
Cahill was shaky, yeah. He was. Did you see that thing at the end when he went to chest? I don't know what the ball came over to him and he went to sort of chest it down and he nearly could let them score a goal right at the end. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He's lying on the floor trying to chest it. Just get rid of it, Gary. Come on.
He's an English centre back. That's what we're taught to do from about age 6 months. Get rid of the ball.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Exactly. Yeah. If in doubt, kick it out.
But yeah.
Tom. Yeah.
I'll give my one. I'm just so happy we got the 3 points, man. It's a massive 3 points for the club, for the fans, for the table. We just got to push on from here. Our season begins now. You know what I mean? The last 2 games, I don't know what happened there. Our season begins now. We got a win on the table, away from West Brom. It wasn't a perfect performance. It was shaky. We'll get into the points, like you said, a little bit later. I think Tebow kept us in the game at the beginning there. Right, that was very, very fortunate. Like you said, Zuma, start him every game. He's ready. He's 100% ready.
He is. I think he is as
100% ready.
It's and this is where we have to really start analysing the game. We lacked pace, and Zuma brought pace. We lacked pace in defence, not up top, because up top's fine. Yeah. But in defence, we're slow, and when teams attack us, they get past so easy because we don't have the pace. Defenders starting to get old, and Zuma is just a fresh. you know, a really pacey, fast defender who can keep up.
That's basically that's what I've been saying for a little while now, Eunice. You know, it's very controversial because you're talking about a very emotive subject, i.e. John Terry. But you know, obviously with Stones, you know, on the horizon, so we speak. Maybe you know Stones and Zuma is obviously not just the future, but maybe we should be playing them sooner rather than later because we do. I feel we can push up a bit further because they have the pace to recover. You know, that ball over the top, we're suspect. You know what I mean? And I don't want to see my wing backs tucked in. I want to see them overlapping. And obviously, I don't want Branner. I want Aspilicueta on his right side, and obviously we want Baba on the left. But like I said, it's a very emotive subject because we all love Mr. Chelsea, don't we? We all love John Terry.
We do, but I mean,
the question is now, you know, maybe, you know, I mean, I see us. Obviously, we're going to go on about transfers later. I see us a little link, obviously, with Varane again.
There is.
Yeah, I've read that. Except, I think there's a much more bigger chance in getting Stones than there is Varane.
Fourth bid apparently is coming up very soon, and Martinez today in his press conference after the City defeat, he turned around and said, "I'm looking to have 3 more players." Well, where's he going to get the money from?
Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe our dough, you know.
Exactly. No, exactly. Yeah. But no, that is a touchy subject, especially with John Terry. You know, as you said, he's the captain. He's Mr. Chelsea. He's loved by every single one of us. But has his time arrived? You know, like last year he played every single minute, but now has his moment just arrived where it's gonna start to dip?
Well, I think he still will get in 25, 30 games this season in the Prem. I think next season he will struggle to get that. I think especially if we get the Stones deal over the line, it's going to be hard for John. Because I think, like I said, Zuma's more than ready. It hurts us to say, and I said it before, it's gonna burn us as fans to say, look, John might be getting past his peak. It's just going to be hard for him to keep up that sort of level of performance that he was giving last season, because he was exceptional all year round. But I don't know.
He's 34 years old. Yeah.
But
exactly.
Did you notice that West Brom adopted the same tactics as Swansea and Manchester City? They were out of the blocks very, very early.
Exactly.
Pace, they started that game.
Yeah.
Courtois was called into action very, very early into that game. You know.
He was.
And we're under pressure from the kickoff. You know.
Yeah. Well, another point, because we're talking about defensive, you know, our defensive duties and our errors in the back. I want to point out Matic for you guys because he's the one who gave the penalty, you know, with a clumsy, stupid challenge. After that, he went in for another clumsy challenge and almost got himself, you know, into trouble. What is going on with Matic? He's not the same Matic from last year that was locking down strikers and midfielders who tried to get past our back four. He's just so open. What's going on with him?
I think, you know, like I think it was Tom who pointed out the other day. I think he thinks because Fabregas isn't playing great, he thinks he might have to do Fabregas's job because he doesn't think Fabregas, you know, can do what he does best, which is passing the ball left, right, and forwards. You know, I think he's like trying to do 2 jobs at once, and he's just finding that too difficult. And you know, there might be something else going on behind the scenes or something, but he doesn't look himself.
Yeah, he doesn't. Tony, what have you got to say about Matic?
Well, look, you're right. He's not the same. I just want him to do, you know, the job that he does brilliantly well all the time. He's almost taken on there's a different side to his game. You know, I don't particularly want to do that. I want him to, you know, read the game and like I said, chop up the play and get it and knock it, you know, off to the more offensive players, you know, a lot quicker. But I don't know. He like maybe you got a point there, Louis, about Fabregas, because Fabregas is definitely off it at the moment.
Definitely.
And I'm not quite sure why, and that's the truth.
Yeah, because everyone else surrounding him seems to be, you know, on form, or they're starting to find their rhythm, and he's not.
Hazard was more Hazard-like, wasn't he? You know, obviously we talk about Pedro. William was good, although he missed a shot. I mean, there was one chance where.
Oh, and sitter.
I mean, that could have killed the game. You know, really killed the game. And did you see Louis? The Lord came on.
The Lord
did. Holding on.
No, I was sat with my friend. We were sat and they were saying, "Oh, you know, you're too open." Tom said, "No, don't worry. In 5 minutes' time, we will not be open."
Yeah, we were calling for it, mate.
And then it was just like you saw Mikel, and I just pointed there, like, "Yeah, that's about right." And just like praise the Lord, you know, he's returned. But you know,
I called him the handbrake when he came on.
The handbrake. I love that.
I put on Twitter, "Oh look, the handbrake's come on." Oh no, wait a minute, it's Mikel.
But did you notice? He didn't lose the ball when he got it. He done everything sensible, and
it's because he is the
6 minutes
Lord.
to go. Well, 6 minutes to go. You're winning 3-2. You're hanging on. Let's be honest. 10 men and all that. You know, we wanted them 3 points.
Only one man. Yeah, there's only one man to bring on.
No, that's true. That's true. Tom. Go on.
No, I was going to say I thought it was unfortunate because what else happened after the red card? As soon as the red card happened, I thought, well, there goes Loftus-Cheek's chance to play today. He's definitely not coming on because he seemed like he was gearing up to have another 20-minute cameo today. But once that red card happened, I thought that's it. His chance is gone. You know what I mean? We're going to be holding on here for the rest of the game. He's not getting a game today. You know what I mean? I thought that kind of disappointed me. But I'm talking about Willian. It's like when Willian gets forward, the Willian that we know before he came to us, he was direct, he was looking for that goal, looking for that shot. Now when he gets forward, instead of looking for the shot, he's looking to the side to see where Hazard is or Costa is. He just wasn't going direct. And like you said, that shot was fluffed, man. He had a chance there.
Yeah, my dog could have finished that.
I know what even Willian today was a shocker for Willian, an absolute shocker.
Even Hazard wasn't up there today. Even Hazard he had points, but he wasn't fantastic.
I thought
Pedro stole the show, innit?
Yeah, I thought the last 20 minutes for Hazard was where he sort of like finally started to show himself. I mean, there was one thing I noticed. I think it was like the 85th minute where I think it was he was up against McLean and their right back, and he passed it round McLean, skipped round it, and then passed it again to skip round him. You know, he just ran. There's just that little like gazelle thing he does every so often, and that happened. And I was thinking, you know what? I think he might be back and ready for Palace. But you're right. I think Tom's right. Pedro did steal the show today. I mean, what a debut that was. I mean,
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Signing of the transfer window, 21 million for Pedro.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
21 million. That is a steal right there, man.
It's a bargain. It's an absolute bargain.
Shame he can't fit into my fantasy league team. I haven't got the money. I've made so many signings, and I need to. I don't know who's top, but I know it's one of you guys that are in the live stream. So big up to you guys. Well done for going top of the league. Eunice and me, we're doing crap, but we'll live.
No, hang on. I would be doing better, but I got accepted in weekday 2. I mean, the second.
There's a reason. Yeah. Okay, yeah, fine, all right.
Just to point out, if not, I'd be up there. Believe me, because I had Mahrez in my team, and he's done it epic on 3 occasions now.
What annoys me is I put him when I first did my team. I put autocomplete, and he came in, and I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about him, and I took him out. So I was just there going, I could be 35 points better off, but that's for another time.
I thought the most worrying thing was no Ramirez in the squad. What's that about, guys?
Yeah, that has got me thinking, because it's not normal. Ramirez, we all know, is a Jose type player. Well, until now, he's not even in the squad. I thought he'd be on the bench. He wasn't even on the bench. I don't know. What are your theories, Tone?
Well, I read Juventus.
So part of the Pogba deal.
Well, the Cuadrado. I mean, I've heard. I mean, with regards to Pogba, I've heard that Cuadrado is going for a medical tomorrow.
Yeah.
1.5 million.
Yeah.
Obviously on loan.
He's going on loan. Yeah, Cuadrado is going on loan.
Dry loan, isn't it? It's a dry loan, isn't it?
So you're going to come back then, isn't it?
Yeah,
well, they've got the option to buy, but they're not. You know, it's not a guarantee that they have to buy.
Yeah. Waste of money, man. 27 million to go back on loan 6 months later for $1.5 million. Waste of bloody money that was.
Yeah.
There's more news about Pogba now. They're coming out though, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Right now, literally, right now, there's news coming out about Pogba.
Okay.
What's going on?
The news apparently is that after the game, Mourinho has told officials we must get Pogba. Must. You know, there's no question. Also, we're basically also our negotiations haven't stopped. We're going after him, regardless. If Juve say no or whatnot, we're just going to keep going. So,
how far will we go?
Well,
Del Marcio, it's at 75 million. That was a submitted bid.
Yeah.
Right.
And apparently that is fact. And Sam Wallace of the Independent basically says that basically we recognise that we've been acting slowly in the market, and they realise they've got to make it the most expensive transfer in order to get their man.
Well,
is he worth that much? Is he worth that? Is he really worth more than Neymar and Suarez and Bale? Is he worth more than them?
That does it. I agree with Tom. It does make me a little bit edgy. Like I know he's a great player.
It's supply and demand, though, isn't it?
Well, I mean,
I honestly think he's just a well-marketed, good football player. I don't think he's out of this world. I think he's a good football player. I just think he's well-marketed, man. Just like Neymar. Just like Neymar, in my opinion. There's fantastic players like Messi. This is my opinion. You guys probably disagree. There's fantastic players, Messi, Ronaldo. Then there's very good players who are just very well marketed to the point where everyone thinks they're fantastic. Pogba, Neymar, in my opinion.
Well, don't get me wrong. I kind of agree. I do kind of agree with that. I mean, there's, as you said, there's special players who just they're in a league of their own. Messi and Ronaldo, and all of them. They're just Hazard. Hopefully, will hit that very, very soon. But then you have players who, like Pogba, I think that why it's buzzing around Pogba is because he's young and he's already hit such a high level, for his age. He came from Man United and they just threw him away. How stupid must they be feeling now? But they threw him away and he's turned into possibly one of the best midfielders or defensive mids in the world. And because a defensive mid it's not an attractive position, It's not like your strikers or your wingers or players with flair. Defensive mids, there aren't a lot who hit that high level. There's a few like Makalele and Essien and Paul Scholes and all of those. But Pogba is the next best thing. So,
well, where's this source then? I mean, where's this? Who's reporting this in Eunice about Mourinho saying we must have him?
Basically, I think it's come out from. There's one guy who started off the whole Pedro thing. I forgot his name. Mohammed. He works for beIN Sports.
Right.
He's the one who come out first with the whole Pedro to Chelsea rumour as soon as it broke, and he's the one who's saying that Mourinho has said we're going after him, and Chelsea will keep negotiating with Juve. So obviously we'll see where it goes, but I think a new improved offer would mean we're going to have to fling a few players in there. One or two.
Do you think Quadrano is a sweetener then? Because a 1.5 million, it seems a bit low,
It's nothing, isn't it?
Like you said, Is that to appease their fans before?
Maybe. Maybe it's psychological. Maybe it's just trying to sweeten Juve up a bit. I don't know. But it'd be a good deal.
What do you think, Tone? Do you think Pogba's worth 75 million?
Yeah. Yeah, I do, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think if we get Pogba, we're becoming a complete side.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole question of the back line, and again, that's like I said, that's controversial, and I guess a lot of people aren't going to like that, facing up to that one.
Are we still within financial fair play then? If we,
Yeah.
See, now we are,
Yeah.
and I've seen some, economists come on who do follow football,
Economists.
or economists, yes.
God, Eunice.
but apparently we can afford him. We can afford him because we've got the TV deal money coming through. We've got the Yokohama sponsorship, and with that, that's added another, I think it's 25 million a year or something like that. That would be enough to go towards Pogba's wages at least, and the transfer fee. So we are within our means to get Pogba. We can afford him.
Yeah, they'll make the deal happen if they need to. If they really want it, Chelsea will make the deal happen.
Exactly. You see, now, if we want a player, we'll get him. We always do. If we want a player so bad and we keep going back over and over and over again, he'll get to a point where they'll accept. So, fingers crossed.
Pedro, 21 million for Pedro, best deal in the transfer market. Man, look at today. A goal, an assist, and a man of the match performance for 21 million in your first game.
Yeah.
I mean.
It's a good one. It's a flipping good
I'll
one.
tell you one thing, right? Every time I was watching him, it looked like Eden Hazard with the old 17, and it was.
He did, yeah.
Quite misleading at times. I think, yes, Pedro. But I mean, what a debut, eh? I mean,
Yeah, no,
fantastic
that's
performance.
That
and they really have now got the opposition have got something to worry about now, haven't they? Because with both sides now, they've got to worry about both sides now.
Yeah.
And because he's so direct with the ball. I mean, the way before he set Willian up, the way he was so direct and he danced in between plays, and then he was like, you know what, I'm going to be unselfish, pass it here. That sort of, that showed what he can do. And the fact that they were so stretched, he only had to go past a couple because you had 2 or 3 on the other side dealing with Hazard. And then Willian had so much space in the middle. You just could see that through the fact that they are dealing with both sides. And if Willian's just going straight through the middle, that was something I think on a good day he would have finished that. That would have been starter, like main course and dessert all rolled into one. That would have been a good meal to I'm rambling now.
Anyway. For you guys that was at the game, right? I don't know why because obviously it's different when you're watching it on TV to how it is when you're actually at the stadium, and we all know that because we do both. But Diego Costa, to me, sometimes he's never in the box. He's always on the wings or he's come too deep, and then when it's time for us to get the ball in the box, he's not there.
I thought Diego Costa was more back to Diego Costa today.
For sure.
Yes, he did. Yes, I did. And he was, he was having a good rapport with the fans, and we were getting right behind him. And there was shades of the old Diego. So it was very, very good today.
Look at his goal. I couldn't believe it. He sprinted 60 yards to get onto the end of what he did and score. So if any of you are concerned about his hamstring, even if anyone who's watching, if you're concerned about his hamstring, don't need to worry anymore. Because the guy can run like a horse now.
See, what about his positioning? What do you guys think about that?
See, I was more worried about Falcao's positioning than Diego. I thought Diego was fine today. I thought what you're saying about Diego being on the wing and stuff, I thought that more was Falcao. Like, towards the end of the game, it's like, give me the ball, but you're standing, like, miles outside the box. And then
he was time wasting, though. He was time wasting Falcao at the end, wasn't he?
No. We parked the bus at the end.
Yeah, true. All right, fine.
But I just think Costa doesn't get in the box enough.
Sorry?
You know what I mean? Good goal, but I think he just don't get in the box enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it happened on a few occasions. Pedro got the ball, and he's just looked into the box, and you can tell he wants to cross it. There's no one there. There's no one in the box, so he's like, all right, then I'll just go back then.
There's some good chances today, though, didn't we? Some really good chances. Hazard had a chance. Diego had a really good opportunity. Willian, as we said, had that where it was harder to miss, really, wasn't it? But and then he had a shot just before that, didn't he? Like a long range one, and we were carving out opportunities today, so that was pleasing.
True.
I think we've done all right. I think I'd give it a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Wouldn't you? A 7 probably. A 7 out of 10.
I'll give it a 7. As we've said, there's room for improvement.
Yeah, Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're
We're perfect.
doing better.
3
We're doing
points is
better.
all that mattered.
Yeah. No, that's true. That is true. But well, I've got some news, and this isn't concerning us. This is Man City. Apparently, De Bruyne to City is done.
Oh well.
And that doesn't worry me one bit. And I'll tell
50
you why.
million? Was it 50 million?
50 on De Bruyne, who's gonna come here and demand to play every game, and he's not gonna play every game.
He's gonna have even more. He's gonna have even more a problem at City than he did with us.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not worried one bit. I'm not worried.
Sheikh Mansour's got more money than sense, mate. He's spending money left, right, and centre.
Can you believe he spent 99 million now, or 98 million on Sterling and De Bruyne? What?
Is that their transfer business done now? Do you think? Or
No, I think they're gonna go and they're gonna try and sign somebody else now. They'll see.
No, they're gonna go and sign Joey Barton for about 120.
Oh, what a signing!
At the rate they're going at, they're flipping mental.
I really wanted him to go to West Ham because then you had the full-on. I think I shared it with you guys. The Green Street thing. Stand your ground at Joey Barton, Kevin Noble, and Andy Carroll with Bilic. I was just like, oh my god, please go to West Ham now. But it was just, oh.
No, honestly, I think they're just splashing money for the sake of it. That's flipping mental. 50 million on De Bruyne. I don't know.
He's got more money than sense, man.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
but how does that work? How does that work? Though? I mean, if you're talking about financial fair play, then I mean, you know,
it works very easily for City. We'll pay the fine.
Probably, isn't
it? It's ridiculous, man. It ain't FFP out the window yet, because that no one's following those rules.
No one's following it now. No one. It's I don't know. But I don't know, De Bruyne to City, would you be a bit concerned? Are you a bit worried, or are you thinking, nah, doesn't bother me one bit? What's your reaction?
Me?
Yeah, Tone, go on, Tone.
I liked him. I liked Kevin De Bruyne, you know, but like you said, I mean, it's the opportunities that he's, you know, likely to get. I can't imagine he's going to be one of those that's going to be playing every game. But I mean, they've started well, haven't they? Three games, 3 wins.
They have.
And no goals conceded. Plenty of goals, and I think about 8 different goal scorers. So, you know, I mean, we wrote them off.
Well,
I didn't. I never wrote them off. I always thought they was going to be our main contenders, man.
I mean, it's only 3 games gone, so you can't, you know, you can't look at whatever's. But they've had, you know, 2 of them 3 games. You could say a bit quite.
They
difficult.
look solid, man.
Everton away's not an easy game at all, is it? You know.
Well, don't get me wrong. They look solid and they'll be up there, but I'm not at a point right now where I'm going to go.
No.
City are going to take us all the way.
Who do you think is going to be our main challengers, if not City, then?
Arsenal.
Well, I've said Arsenal. I've said Arsenal, yeah, and I can't. It's a bit hypocritical if I was to change my mind on that one.
Well, no,
I guess
but look,
you can as the season rolls on. But yeah, listen, they put the marker down. They've got 9 points out of 9.
If they get Benzema, right, that's where I think they'll definitely take us all the way. But you know, without Benzema, they're looking a bit fragile up front.
I don't see it happening. I think they might get turned over tomorrow.
Well, I on social media I had a quick peek before we went on air and that, and Gooners are jumping up and down a bit, aren't they? Because Benzema didn't even play, did he? Was he not in this side?
I don't think he was.
So they're putting 2 and 2 together, I guess, and you know.
Yeah.
But they've been linked with that one.
Deluded Arsenal fans, they jump up at any opportunity. They're like little kids, man. They always getting their hopes up for someone. Benzema, I heard that 3 years ago, wasn't it? Or 4 years ago.
Well, I mean, that's true. Well, no, but I mean, like, if we're going to look at perspective after 3 games, you know, people might as well write us off because we're 9th.
You can't write off a Jose Mourinho Chelsea team, mate.
Well, exactly. So, you know, after 3 games, it's still early as to say who's gonna go all the way, who's not gonna go all the way.
We're not even 50% there yet. We're not even peaking on lots of that. We're very critical of the reasons why, but you know, you've got to look at the facts right now. We're not on it 100%. You know, So we're well off the pace, and yet listen, we'll pick up and we'll be all right. You know, we just need a few more games, and then. But no, I mean, obviously the next week or so is very important. I mean, if we can pull the Pogba deal off, then.
Well, no, fingers crossed.
Everything
Fingers
changes.
crossed. But what about a player we haven't mentioned tonight, Oscar, who apparently he's still got a little niggle. Would you play him in favour of, let's say, William against Crystal Palace?
I'd like to test it out. I'd be interested to test what he's like.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it's great playing William down the middle and stuff. But I mean, I think we should test it before we start. I'm not saying Crystal Palace are a terrible team, but I mean, against Crystal Palace, I mean, Oscar in the past has had great games. I mean, last season at Selhurst Park, he scored that amazing free kick and he was having a good game. And I mean, this season, he's been all right, hasn't he? But he has been off the pace like everybody else. But I think, you know, I'd like to see what he's like with Hazard and Pedro, just to, you know, see what's going on. But, you know, if he's not great, then, you know, he probably will become a sub. Or, like we're saying, he might become part of the Pogba deal because they want him. Maybe, you never know. But I'd like to test him out against Crystal Palace and see how he links up with Pedro and Hazard.
Yeah. Tone, would you play Oscar in favour of William?
No. I like William in that position. I want William in that position.
Well, based on today.
Well, he weren't brilliant today, right? But he had 2 chances. If those chances had gone in, we wouldn't be saying that, you know. I personally want him in that position. I think he'll do a job. Can't base it on one performance. He's been out on the right, hasn't he? You know, for the past couple of seasons. So, you know, he's obviously got to feel himself back into that position again, and he'll get better. But he's a class player, like, you know. Did you see what I said last night, Guinness? About Oscar? It's just a food for thought one, you know, because I've read it and a few Chelsea fans have said that perhaps Oscar really isn't injured.
You see, that's I've read that, and I don't know. It's weird because the players who are supposedly injured are the ones being linked with Juve.
You know, there you go.
It's, you know.
I mean, let's put it like this, Eunice, right? Right. We're now sort of 7 days away, right? The next week's massively important, yeah. Now it's you know, it's no secret we want Pogba, yeah.
Yeah.
But if the bargaining tool was Oscar, would you risk Oscar if Pogba's the player that you really, really want? Because if he got injured, there's no deal, is there?
True.
I'm just throwing it out there. That's all. I'm not saying that's the case. But.
Well, I mean, the big indication today, from today at least, because it's made, let's say, official that Oscar does have an injury, and Mourinho has said that, but there's been no mention of Ramirez. Nothing. No. He wasn't even in the squad, so that's more of an indication, I'd say, about Juve rather than Oscar at the moment. But
I mean, I want to make it clear here, Eunice, right, that I don't want Oscar to leave either. Yeah, I'd love us to pull off the Pogba deal and have Oscar, and then we've got a amazingly strong squad. Yeah. And if I know you're not going to like this, Tom, but I'd let Ramirez go if it means bringing in Pogba. But
I would too.
Ramirez would be the one to suffer, wouldn't he? I mean,
yeah, but if the only way we can get Pogba is to let Oscar go, then I'd be, you know, prepared to go even further and allow that to happen too.
Yeah. I mean, well, Louis, who would you go with, Oscar or Ramirez in favour of Pogba?
Well, I would give Ramirez, but I mean, if I had to give Oscar, I'd give Oscar. I mean, if Pogba came in, Ramirez would most likely be the one who would be dropped completely, because you know you'll have Pogba, Mikel, and it'll be between Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Ramirez. But I think Mourinho might give Loftus-Cheek more of a look in and sort of say, right, you know, Ramirez has had his time, you know, maybe it's time to move on, mate. So I reckon that I'd give Ramirez personally, but I wouldn't have sent Cuadrado on loan. I would have given him as part of the deal as well, because that'd save us more money.
Yeah.
Because you know it's stupid sending him out on loan, if you ask me. I would have gone, because they're saying, I'm looking at I'm not, my favourite Italian sports magazine, and sort of saying he'll have.
Can you say it again? Can you say it?
I knew you were going to. No, you're like a little kid. Can you say it again? Can you say it again?
Come
on. I'm looking at Gazzetta dello Sport, and and it's like, they're saying Cuadrado went for 1.5 million, and they've got the option to pay 25 million to sign him up. So we've already taken about what is it? So 4.5, about 7 million, maybe 8 million hit on Cuadrado because we bought him for 33 million euros, and we'll be selling him to Juve for 26.5 if he doesn't, if it works out for him. So basically, 26.5 plus probably what, about 15 for Ramirez.
Yep.
That's already 40. We would if we'd done those two plus a little bit of cash, and we'd be laughing.
Don't you think though? It's a wonderful deal for Juventus, don't you think? 1.5 million.
That's a quality deal for Juve.
Yeah.
Quality deal.
It's a nice little favour, isn't it?
It is.
Maybe it's the sweetener. I don't know.
I mean, maybe I would think it is.
If we were signing somebody else, I think it would be a sweetener. But because it's Pogba and he's now their best player because Vidal and that's gone, they're not going to go, oh, you're giving us a little bit, that's good, you're giving us like a player who's really, really good for the Serie A for a little bit of money. You know what, because you've been so kind, we'll drop our asking price with Pogba, and you can have him for £2 million. How does that sound? Yeah, that's great, bring him in, That's not going to happen, is it?
No, but...
Pogba, they're not going to lower their price for us.
Every player has a price, though.
Yeah.
And
I'm not saying they're going to... I'm not saying they're going to lower it, but I don't know. Maybe it's it's opening negotiations with them, building that rapport. It enables us to go in, as I mean, let's be honest. It's a very cheap deal, isn't it? 1.5 million.
No, it is. But the key to getting someone like Pogba, for example, is to convince him, not Juve, because when you convince the player and the player starts really thinking about it and going, you know what, I want to go. That's when the club don't have a choice and they have to say, you know what, we're just going to have a player who doesn't want to play for us. So I think the key would be offering Pogba a deal that he can't refuse, and then going to Juve, all right, your player wants to come to me, let him go. Here's 70 or 80 million, take it and go. Do you think that would be the case? I mean, because apparently the last bid, we bid it 110,000 a week for Pogba.
It's not enough. It's not enough. No, but we're talking 180 to nearly 200 grand a week. That's the sort of figure you're looking at.
But from Chelsea's point of view,
we'd have to smash it. We'd have to smash the record again. I reckon we'd really have to twist their arm and and make something extremely tempting. Make it a record fee, but.
No, for sure. Tom, your view. Would you up the money to get Pogba? Would you go to Pogba first rather than the club?
No, I don't think we should go in for Pogba. I think it's too much money. I think it's too much money for a player. I think Ramirez is a fantastic squad player. I think he's someone that we need in the squad. Look, everybody, you can't have 22 bosses on a pitch. You have to have a few sidemen because not everyone's going to want to take that loss and sit on the bench. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Ramirez is that perfect guy who can come in. I think he would have done a better job than Fabregas alongside Matic. At least he gives a bit of pace. If he told Ramirez, look, your job today is to sit next to Matic and help him defend and back him up, he's going to come in and do that job. Don't bomb forward. Don't go in and create spaces in behind you in case you make a mistake. Sit there. I think Ramirez can be that guy. Also, the other reason why I don't think we should buy Pogba is because I think we need to groom Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think he's got the same qualities as Pogba. I think he's got the same physical build as Pogba. I think he can be as good as Pogba and make the same amount of impact on world football as Pogba. Plus, he's English, and he's young, and he's through our youth system, and we're going to save £80 million. Pogba, or 80 million, it might even be more than that, you know what I mean? I just don't think we should do the deal, in my opinion, man. I think we got enough adequate midfield. I don't think the midfield is the problem. I think we did well going forward today. I think the problem is the defence. If we saw out a centre-back, I think we won't even be worrying about Pogba bringing him in my opinion.
You don't think?
Nah.
I mean, Pogba is that ideal box-to-box midfielder that we've been looking for. You know, I mean.
So it's Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah, but Loftus-Cheek's not ready yet, is he?
He's never going to be ready then. He's never going to be ready then.
That's not true. But what you said about Ramirez is exactly our point. You said he's an excellent squad player and wouldn't want to sit on the bench. We need somebody who can start every week next to Matic.
Yeah.
We don't want someone who's a squad player. Ramirez can't start every week.
Yeah.
You know, Loftus-Cheek's just not ready yet.
How do you know Loftus-Cheek's not ready yet? You haven't even given him that chance. It was meant to give him a chance today. Obviously, other circumstances came up and he couldn't play. We need to give him games. We're never going to find out if someone's ready if we don't play him.
Well, no, we'll play him in cup games and stuff. That's what we've said. The club has said they'll probably do, and they'll give him the odd cameo every so often. You know, he needs a little bit more time to build. Just that little bit. I reckon if you gave him 6 months to a season, I reckon he'll just about be there. Just about. But I reckon.
But what if we buy Pogba, then he's going to be and he'll be ready in 6 months. Then what happens? Does he play?
Well, no, I think he'll be a play part as part of the squad.
Look, if we don't bring in no new players now, we never will. Like it's as simple as that. If we don't start bringing people through now, I think the Pogba thing is a bigger statement than what you guys is making out. I think if we buy Pogba, knowing that we're breading Loftus-Cheek, we just bring him into the first team. We're breading a player just like him. I think if we buy him, it's the biggest statement on us. In fact, bringing through players from our youth system. And I think what people fail to realise is if Loftus-Cheek gets brought through and everyone, well, I'm in football coaching. I don't know about you. Do you guys do any coaching or have you played football?
I do.
Back in the days?
I coach. Yeah.
You coach as well. I've had some young players say to me, how am I going to get into the Chelsea team when they keep buying these players? Or how am I going to get into this team if they're buying players from this country, they're buying players from that country? There's hardly any English players, you know what I mean, coming through. I think this is my biggest thing because I come from that coaching background, footballing background. It's heartbreaking to hear that. And if we go and do this, it's going to be a big statement because I just cannot see Loftus-Cheek playing if we bring in Pogba. I just can't see it happening.
Well, but I mean, none of us. I mean, we can easily just discuss this and say, you know, who's ready, who's not. At the end of the day, Jose is the one on the training ground, you know, every single day, and he knows it better than anyone. I think if Loftus-Cheek was ideally ready, you know, and you know, 100% to come into the side, he would do what happened with Zuma. And he'd bring him through. But the fact he's not probably tells me that he's just not there yet. And that's probably what I'm saying. Like, is he actually there yet to come in and start being a regular?
All right.
I mean,
that's your opinion, man. I feel quite close to this story, right? Because I've seen it happen lots of times. And I love Chelsea, right? And I just want to see us bringing more players through. Look at the. How proud are you of John Terry? If you thought of John Terry, you think, you know, John, he's Chelsea. He's been there from day one. Loftus-Cheek joined us at 8 years old, and if now we've been by Pogba, I just can't see him getting that game. I can't see him getting that in that team, Eunice, man. I just can't see it happening, and I think it will be a real shame, in my opinion. But the club seems set on it. The bid's official from the sources, the various sources, like you say, DiMarzio and all that. It looks like we were after the player. We'll see. You never know. Maybe if he comes in, he can play somewhere else, or Pogba might push into the 10. I don't know. We'll see. I just hope. My biggest thing is we got to bring these players through, man. Bring these players through.
That I agree with. I mean, we do have. If we don't bring anyone through, you know, at least within the next 2 seasons, then it's a bit concerning. But I think with Loftus-Cheek, we have to analyse the positioning. Okay.
Zuma's slightly different as well. Don't forget, Zuma's different. We bought Zuma last season. It's not like he's come through our youth system. We bought him from Saint Etienne to come in and play in that position. You know what I mean? We bought him to be that backup and then potentially come through. It's different. Loftus-Cheek has been with us all through the years. From 8 years old.
Yeah.
His life. He's Chelsea, isn't it? He's Chelsea, and there's a difference.
That's true. That's
Sorry
true.
to cut you off. Go on. What are you saying?
No problem, no problem. I mean, with Loftus-Cheek, let's say if we did get Pogba, we'd have to analyse the positions. All right. So Fabregas would probably be moved out that whole defensive mid position completely, altogether. He'd probably be moved a bit more forward. He'd be competing with either Willian or Oscar. So they would be fighting for the attacking mid position. Defensive mid, we'd have Matic, Pogba, Loftus-Cheek. Mikel, we know what Mikel's job is, so I'm not going to involve him. He comes on when we have to park the bus, so I'm leaving him exempt. And Ramirez is a question mark whether he goes or not. So let's say if we do bring in Pogba and let's say Ramirez is gone, okay, we'd have Pogba, Matic, Loftus-Cheek as the three contenders in defensive mid. I reckon Loftus-Cheek will be given a few games.
Exactly, which is exactly the point I'm making. That's exactly the point I'm making.
You think Loftus-Cheek could displace Matic, you think?
No, not displaced, but I'm saying things like FA Cup when we're playing against a smaller side, or the whole probably Capital One Cup, or the group stage in the Champions League. Loftus-Cheek might be thrown in there, which is the most that he's got so far as to like last season. Because the one thing with youth, I don't want to do an Arsenal and throw them in, and they do well, and then they just plummet. You know, that's what I want to avoid. Because I'm not saying he hasn't got potential. I'm saying that I don't want to rush him. I want to make sure by the time he is 24, 25, he's at a world-class level, ready to just be in the starting 11 every week. You know, and he's not for sale. That's the level I want to get him to.
Plus,
you know,
I've just speaking about this, you know, with the worry, I've just got a Twitter thing from a guy called Jeremy Honest, and he's got a good point saying like with Pogba, Loftus-Cheek could learn a lot from him. He could learn from Pogba, and they could sort of develop together.
I mean, he could, and they could develop together. Well, I mean, the age bracket isn't so far off, is it? Pogba's a young man.
The same age.
Well.
How old is Pogba? He's like 21, isn't it? 22? Same sort of age.
23, I think.
23.
23. Loftus is 19.
Yeah. So it's not far off. It's not far off.
But he still has things he could teach him, like, you know, how to strike a ball better, how to like all that stuff he does great. Like, you know, the whole sort of this is how you should hit a ball from this far out, and sort of they could develop as a sort of as a unit. And you know, like we're saying, at the minute, if Pogba came in, I'd be interested to see. I think if we bought Pogba tomorrow, I think I would honestly consider the way Matic is playing at the minute, you know, maybe partnering with Matic and see if that makes a difference. But if it doesn't make a difference, you know, partnering Loftus-Cheek with Pogba could be sort of a mainstay for the next 10 years or something. And then, you know, you've got that competition going there for that place. I mean, let's be honest, Pogba would be a starter at Chelsea every week. He'd be in the team. The competition would mainly be for the other position, which is, you know, would be Matic and Loftus-Cheek. I mean, I honestly think Ramirez will be out the door if Pogba comes in because, you know, he's He would have served his purpose. He would have done his job well, and he has done it well. I mean, he's been a great servant for the club. But you know, I think you know Matic and Loftus-Cheek would be fighting out for the other position. I don't think it would be Pogba, which would be worrying about you know whether he starts every week. Because I think he would.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys a question? And also, Tony, you haven't talked. What's your point of view on Loftus-Cheek, Tony?
Listen, I've stayed out of this one because everyone knows my feelings on it all. Yeah, I want to win the title every year. I want to win the Champions League, not once, not twice, not three. I want to win it 10 times. Yeah, so I want the best players playing for Chelsea. Now, Jose Mourinho, we all love Jose Mourinho, and we all trust Jose Mourinho. What's Jose Mourinho's words? You know, he's a player that will make any team better. Yeah. Now, when you gauge ourselves as a football club, obviously to go on to the next level, it's Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich. Yeah. Barcelona want Pogba. Yeah. Come on. Pogba would make an absolute world of difference to our team. Yeah, it would step us up again in class. I know what you're saying about Loftus-Cheek. I know what you're saying about our youth and everything else. Yeah, but I want to win trophies. You know, and I want us to have the best of the best. Yeah, why not? And he is a player that if we can get, I want him.
What do you think of Loftus-Cheek as a player?
I think he's a great little player. But he's not Pogba.
I don't know about you guys, but Tony came across as like the boss of a mafia right there.
Tony.
No, do you know what it is, right?
How long have you guys been watching Pogba, by the way? How long have you been watching Pogba for?
2-3 years.
Well, to be honest, I followed him since Man United.
From Man United?
When he left Man United.
Yeah, and you've been following his career, and you think this is a top class player from them times, yeah?
He's developed a lot.
Yeah.
But why don't we use youth instead of Pedro then?
Well, with Pedro, it was more about Cuadrado, mate. It was more about we sold Sherlock.
Would you be prepared to have all the youth come through then, right, and write off 2 or 3 years?
I would be. I've said that before. I would. I
know you would be, and I respect you. You know the reasons why you say it.
And I know you've been a Chelsea fan for a long time, so you was around when we wasn't winning every season. So we know what it feels like. But imagine 2 years of no trophies, right? To bred youth in who are going to win for 10, 15 years Champions League. Because don't forget, the under-19s won the Champions League, right? They're the best under-19 teams in Europe. The players that we have in that squad. And Loftus was in that side. You know what I mean? So, the question you're asking, I would be happy to do that. I know a lot of Chelsea fans, it's an unpopular decision. I've got a lot of unpopular opinions as well. So I know how other people feel about it. But me personally, and I'll be interested to see what Louis and Eunice think of this, I'm happy to not, if we do not win, come top 4 finish, quarterfinals of the Champions League for 2 years, and then bred the youth in, get them ready, and then go. And I'm not talking about all of them, I'm talking about the ones that really can make a difference. Because not everyone's going to be able to make it, you know what I mean?
Would you go that route, or would you go, let's say, the opposite? I mean, not directly, but what I mean by opposite is we do keep attracting the world's best players. You know, we develop our level as a club, you know, to an elite level, and at the same time, we try to throw in 1 or 2 youth players and just, you know, build them up slowly but surely.
That's what we do, though.
We
do that, though. We do that.
We sort of do, Tony, but we really don't, do we? Let's be honest.
That's the thing. I mean, we've don't get me wrong. We have tried to throw in a few youth players. Look at McCracken and others. We have given them games, but then it's just, I don't know what's happened. It hasn't worked, and they've gone off and signed for someone else. But what I mean is, with someone like Loftus-Cheek, where we know there's potential, we know he can become, by 24 years old or so, probably one of the best midfielders in the country. If not, you know, hopefully the world. But you know, I'm always going to use the Arsenal model with youth. They always like to fling in youth, okay?
But they haven't won the league for 10 years. They haven't won the league.
Exactly. You know, and I don't know, with Loftus-Cheek, I really think if we were to just give him, you know, the Premier League isn't like the other countries in Europe. In other countries in Europe, you can take a player from the youth level, fling him to the you know, the first team, you know, the main division, and the difference wouldn't be so, you know, so large. Here in England, it's massive. The physical level between academy level and, you know, Premier League level is humongous for a youth player.
Well, it's easy. It's easy to use the Arsenal scenario, but then why don't we use the Barcelona scenario?
Because we're not Barcelona.
That's a club who's bred youth players through. Yeah, and they've gone on to dominate European, not just Spanish football, European football. You're talking about a big side. Go on, Louis.
Okay, Barcelona is a completely different club. It's like Eunice is saying, it's different to the Premier League. I mean,
but they won they won Champions League.
They won the Champions League, but the youth players came in alongside world-class players. They didn't just throw in out an 11 that came from the academy.
Did I say that?
A few at a time and did it.
That's where you're getting it twisted, yeah? I'm saying we bring the players through now. Loftus-Cheek is going to be around world-class players, and that's only going to make him better, right? If we bring in Pogba, he's not going to get that game. This is my point. Barcelona have brand players through. It's easy to use the Arsenal scenario. Maybe their youth players just haven't been good enough. Barcelona's have, and I feel like ours are as well. Lewis Baker, perfect. He's another example of someone who needs to be brand through as soon as possible. I think he can be better than Fabregas, in my opinion. There's a few of them, right? And that's my point. We need to just trust them. There's no trust. It's like Jose has no confidence in the youth, and that actually winds me up. That actually winds me up a bit.
Well, I mean, with the whole Jose youth thing. In the past, we've obviously seen. We know in the past it was all short term. I think that the point a lot of people tend to not realize, or they do realize it, but they tend to avoid, is this time Jose is here for the long term. We are looking to keep him for 10 to 15 years. This is a long term. This isn't a 3-year deal and then he goes off to Spain or to Italy or to France. This is a long term. So this time he's looking to implement youth in his system. He's looking to try and build up. Last year he came out and said Loftus-Cheek is going to become a first team member. He's no longer going to be in the academy. That's it. He's going to be part of the squad. And I'm sure more are going to follow. But that's going to come with time. I really reckon with, if we give them, as I said, the Premier League is different. We've got to give him experience first. Throw him in for 1 or 2 games, where you can, and then when you can again, throw him in again. Champions League group stage, FA Cup, Capital One Cup, throw him in where you can, because afterwards he starts to build up that experience, and that's when you can really start throwing him in to start.
Right.
I don't want to just bring him in and then he makes all mistakes and he can't keep up, and as I said, the physical level is different. You bring up Barcelona. Barcelona dominated Spain first before they could dominate Europe, and they dominated Spain because the level wasn't so high.
Right. So all right, let me ask you a question, right? Do you think Loftus-Cheek has the potential to be a first-team regular for Chelsea and a superstar in world football?
Yes.
Yes? Do you think if we buy Pogba, do you think he's going to get that chance to still do that?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually. Not now.
Okay.
I'd say give it two or 3 years, and then we'll talk about where Loftus-Cheek is, I reckon.
I disagree, man. I respect you guys' opinion. I really respect you guys. Tone, Louis, and Eunice. But yeah. I'm sticking firm to my guns on this one, and I prefer bringing in the youth, man. That's my preference, and that's my opinion on it, man. But yeah, I respect you guys' opinion. I respect you guys' opinion, man.
It's all about opinions, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not. I've got my view on it all, and I want the guy, but
I mean,
I understand what you're saying too, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, Chelsea. I think now, it's not like before. Chelsea have developed so much as a club to the point where it's almost like we can't go back. It's almost at a point where we're like, we're about to become probably an elite European team, at least within the next 2 years at least.
I'm just looking at the comments, Tom. You've got quite a lot of support here, mate. To be fair, a lot of people, there's a few people saying, Loftus-Cheek is not good enough, but blah blah blah. But you have got quite a bit of support here, Tom. So
I'm surprised, man. My Twitter timeline looks like a bloody transfer market, man.
I mean, yeah.
We understand where you're coming from. I mean, I get your point. I don't know about the other guys.
For sure, we all want you, definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just the way the way you're implementing it. I don't think it would suit Chelsea. I mean, like Eunice is saying, we want to become an elite club. Chelsea, that was Roman's aim when he bought Chelsea. He wants to make us an elite club and have us like we have. We've all got this this vision of you've got a dining table. You've got come dine with me. You've got Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, and I don't know another club. That's the table we're at now. We want to be on the Come Dine with Me celebrity special with Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona. That's where we want to be. And I just think the way where you're trying to implement it, where you go, right, okay, all of them in, great, go. That's the way it's coming across.
I didn't say that.
That's how it's coming across to me. So are you saying bring them in slowly?
The only player I've mentioned is Loftus-Cheek. I've not mentioned any other than Lewis Baker. That's all I've mentioned. All I'm talking about is this is going to set a precedent, right? If we now this season we brought Loftus-Cheek into the first team for the first time, right? Box to box midfielder. If we now go out and buy the most expensive box to box, probably the best box to box midfielder in the world, what message does that send to the rest of the youth players in our youth system? That's my opinion. I respect you guys' opinion, man, and that's just mine. I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one, guys.
Oh no, fair play.
But 3 points to the Chelsea today. Let's get on to some more exciting news. 3 points to the Chelsea. We're back. The season starts now, lads.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, even guys, everyone who's watching, please leave your comments about Loftus-Cheek and the youth.
Well,
Where
they
do
are,
you, where
Eunice.
do you
Yeah.
stand? Yeah, no, I mean, it's quite half and half. There's a lot of people.
Yeah,
Say,
he's about
Tom's
half and half,
completely
isn't
right.
it?
You know, we have to bring in youth. Others are saying he's not quite ready. It's quite 50-50. It's quite a debate. It's quite a debate, definitely. But as Tom said, the most important thing right now is that we're winning again.
Yeah.
So I've always thought the cream rises to the top. If you're good enough, you'll come through regardless. For me, Loftus-Cheek being alongside Pogba, Matic, he's only going to get better, and there are going to be games for him to play in. Because you've got those domestic cup games, and like you said, Champions Group stages, and obviously when they're injured and suspended or whatever, and he's only young, so he's going to get better and better. So obviously, he's got plenty of time.
Yeah,
you're right, man.
Sure.
He has got time.
I'd like it right now. You see, this is the thing, Tom. Right? Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I want us to compete. For the Premier League and the Champions League. The main two trophies that are out there. That and obviously I want the world's best players.
I respect that,
That's
man.
what you want.
Yeah, I respect
Barcelona, like who are all for, like you said about youth and everything else, they're trying to get Pogba. So what does that tell you?
Well, he's a good player, man. I've got no doubts about that. He's a great, fantastic player, man. He's a great player, and I can understand where everyone's coming from, wanting him to sign. But my opinion is, they're not much dissimilar in age. Pogba's 19, just about to turn 20. Loftus-Cheek is 19, just about to turn 20. Pogba's 23. They're not much difference in age.
No,
right. I can't see if we buy Pogba, I just can't see Loftus-Cheek getting that chance. I just can't see it happening. But look, it's not I'm not in charge of the club, innit? I'm not in charge of the club. I'm still going to support the club either way. You know what I mean? But it's my opinion. I think it's more personal to me, maybe, because I'm coaching and I got kids, and you know what I mean. I like to see breeding young players through. You know what I mean? That's my opinion, anyway. Man.
I think we all do. I think that's what
Yeah.
There's a lot of pride in our youth players and our youth and what they've achieved, But I just think if you're good enough, you'll get in there anyway, regardless.
I agree with both of you. I agree with Tom and I agree with Tony. It's sort of like we seem to struggle in the past. We've seemed to struggle with getting those youth players over the final hurdle, and it's a difficult situation.
It's true. As I said, it's quite a bit 50-50, and you quite don't know which way to side. But I mean, I saw a good comment just now, and it's from Sumya, and he's just said, Matic at the moment is 27.
Yeah, exactly.
In about 5 years, where we know he's going to start dipping, could we see a Pogba Loftus-Cheek pairing?
There you go. Everybody's happy.
Win-win. I don't know. As Tony said as well, with him being able to train and be around that sort of people in that team, around those sort of team members, Matic and Pogba and all that. And then by the time he gets his chance, if he's able to play alongside Pogba week in, week out, who knows? We might have two Pogbas, in Pogba and Loftus-Cheek. I don't know. Would you be happy with that, Tom?
Yeah, of course, man. But I just got Matic is. How old did you say Matic is? 20 what? 28?
I know in the comment it said he's 27.
20, I don't think I think he's like 25, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Someone Google it. Someone Google it.
27 years old. Matic is 27 years old. He was born on August the 1st, 1988. So he's literally just turned 27.
So he's 27. So what's your point is you think he will be how long? 5 more years?
5 more years, he'll be 32.
Yeah.
Starts to dip a bit.
Loftus-Cheek, and then Loftus-Cheek suits in.
Boom, boom.
Let's see. We'll have to see, man.
In 5 years' time, Loftus-Cheek will be how old? 23?
It's not like he's just going to sit out the whole 5 years, though, is it? You know.
No, of course not. Of course not. But I'm hoping, that's what I'm saying, by that time, he'll be the complete package, ready. You know, more than ready. He'll be probably at world-class level. Fingers crossed.
We'll see. Maybe you guys are right, man. We'll see. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's been a good debate. I gotta say, it's been fun. Again, though, most importantly, we're back.
Put your sword away, Tony. So, Tony, put your sword away, mate.
Listen, mate. I just, you know, I just want us competing at the very, very, very top, mate. You know, and I know the next sort of 3 to 5 years are going to be very difficult for us because we've got this whole stadium. We're going to have to move out as well, and you know, I don't want us to finish fourth or fifth, or you know, I mean, none of us want that, regardless. But I want us competing, and obviously to compete, you've got to have the best players, and I just feel that he would make our team complete. You know, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I respect that, man.
Cheers, buddy.
With a night to the square table because we have 4 points, and you know, that's let's get rid of the triangle joke.
Are we in the top half of the table now, lads?
We are.
Yes, we are. We're ninth.
What do you?
That counts, isn't it?
It does.
What do you make, Eunice, of Moses is getting a lot of? We're talking 6 million. West Ham.
Yeah, I've read.
Not enough though, is it?
I think it's not enough for me. It's not definitely.
He's worth more than 6 million, surely.
Yeah, West Ham 6 million.
We bought him for 13.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't sell him for that. No chance.
I'd sell him for about 8, 9, 10, probably actually.
Do you see TalkSport? You know TalkSport. They said the 7 things we've learned from today's victory against West Bromwich Albion.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear them?
Go on.
1. Pedro was class. Fantastic signing.
Agreed.
We all appreciate that. 2. Go get Pogba.
Agreed. Okay.
3. Right? Yeah. Ivanovic to go.
Agreed. Well, not to go.
To go?
I mean, not to go.
Gone out of the team.
Oh.
I leave him as a sub.
Dropped.
I'd drop him. Perfect. I'd drop him.
4.
Yeah.
Sign John Stones now.
Deal.
5. Falcao to play behind Remy.
Yeah.
To be the 3rd striker.
100%.
6.
100%.
Okay.
Conceded 7 goals in 3 games. Shocking.
Yes. Yeah.
And 7. Go get Isco.
We don't need Isco.
No.
We don't need him.
We don't need Isco.
I didn't write it, Louis.
I'm sorry.
Durham.
Don't hurt me, Don Tony. I'm sorry.
We don't need Isco. No. Don't get me wrong. It'd be amazing, you know, Isco disco, but we don't need Isco.
Be a great chant, wouldn't it? It's all have a Isco.
Yeah.
Well,
Isco's going to a disco.
Well, if he joined us, we would be going to a disco. But yeah.
Also, big it up to the Chelsea ladies. 3 points clear of the Women's Super League.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah.
Well done to Chelsea ladies. You know.
Have you guys been down to watch a Chelsea ladies game before?
Do you know what? I had a ticket for the final.
Yeah.
And because I was doing stuff with Eunice, with that Arsenal stuff, we were at Wembley quite a few times that week, weren't we?
Yeah.
And the next day, obviously, was the Community Shield, and I thought, I've been down there 4 days, and I ended up giving away my tickets, and nobody, no. They won at Arsenal today, didn't they? 2-0.
Yeah, they did, yeah. The Arsenal
I've been to see them play in last season. I went there. They play at Staines' ground. It's £5 entry, man. I recommend it, man. Top quality football. Quality. If you love football, you'll love it, man. Yeah. The top quality players, man. Top quality. £5 to entry for adults, £3 for the kids, and you get to watch top quality football. And the burgers are good there as well. Staines Football Club.
Right.
That's definitely convinced me. Yeah, go on.
The final game, you know, that game they had at Man City. The end. I mean, did they only need a draw that last game? I can't remember now. They played Man City, didn't they? Last season.
Yeah.
They nearly won the league, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
But they messed up. But Liverpool won it, didn't they? In the last
Yeah.
Last game. Yeah.
It's weird.
Goes to show that, doesn't it? Liverpool ladies doing better than Liverpool men's.
Well, Liverpool ladies didn't slip.
They're a good team. Yeah, true. They didn't have someone who slipped over in midfield.
Exactly. But
They might win the double though, might this year. Then if they win the league, win the cup.
I wouldn't be surprised. They're a quality side. Our ladies are quality.
They
We're
are.
pretty much good all round. We're definitely pretty much good all round now.
Well, women's football is on the up, and I'm really happy about that because it's sort of. Like a best example of that is they're going to be in the next FIFA. They're going to be the next biggest sport, arguably the biggest sports game on the planet, and that shows that it's coming on leaps and bounds, and that's really good for the profile of just the women's game as well.
Yeah, it's good. My daughter's free. She's handy with the football as well. We'll see.
Well, you never know. Fingers crossed.
What did you think of the black kit today, then, Eunice?
It was good, wasn't it? I told you it'd work out. We look like 10 tires. You know? We did. We looked like 10 tires, and it worked. We ran all over them. Well, we didn't, but we won.
Terry ran all over Rondon. That's what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
We see what happens there. We need to drive a bit more carefully. No reckless driving. He gets you points on your license. That's not very
exactly.
Good.
I'm ready to buy the kit once it comes on the shelves. I love it. I love the shorts. The shorts are nice.
That's what I'm saying. The shorts are brilliant. The shorts just look. I don't know. Yeah. I know what the word is. It just looks nice.
Yeah. Bro, they're calm, bro. That's the word. Calm.
They're calm. They're calm. And they're artistic.
Calm, fam.
No, that's a good point. But well, first and foremost, before we go off air, I want to say to Tony and Louis for yesterday's Daily Blues, they put on a great show. I have to say, in my absence, so top one, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Done a great job. But and Tom, thank you for coming on today once again.
Thanks for having me again, guys. Man, I love coming on this show. It's the best show out, man. I'd rather watch this than Match of the Day. Tony over Alan Shearer and Gary Lineker any day, and Louis over Sam Allardyce any day. I love the show, man. Great show. I recommend this to any Chelsea fan. This is the best place to air your thoughts. The forum is fantastic. The comments are fantastic. It's brilliant. I love the show, man. 100% Chelsea all the way. Let's go. On to the league.
But, did you say, Eunice?
Yeah.
That when we asked, where were people from, and like obviously watching the show from.
Oh yeah.
Did you see it? Like Dubai, India, Pakistan, Sweden, USA. It's mental.
Pretty much all over. It's pretty much all over.
Fair play to everybody,
Chelsea fans, no, believe me, we got people waking up at ridiculous times to watch this as well. So it's amazing, and thank you for all the support.
We have a regular who usually comes up from Tony, but he's come up from my end today. I mean, Aaron, he's been my Twitter and my Facebook have been going mental, and the guy, he's been giving points and stuff, and he's a really good kid. I mean, it's great to know that there are people like him, that watch us every week, and we really appreciate it. I mean, for the 6,000 we're about to hit, I mean, wow, you guys have been absolutely mental, and we all 4 or 5 of us, Daniel, we all really, really appreciate what you've done for us. We'd be nothing without you.
Someone just wrote here, Tony is anti-Chelsea. Are you for real? Are you for real?
No, whoever's wrote that, mate.
Tony doesn't have any other clothes. He just has Chelsea stuff. He lives in the megastore.
Yeah, I think Tony's the most Chelsea, isn't it?
33 years and counting, home and away. I'm anti-Chelsea.
It's true. It's meant.
35 years, Tone. At home and away. Hey, mate. I salute you, mate.
You should get a medal.
We should take a special medal.
We should. talking about where people are watching from, we've got, and people have listed this, so great job, guys. We've got Russia, New York, France, Denmark, Dubai, West London, top man, USA.
Look at this. Someone's actually put, it's 22 minutes past 2 in Dubai. Look, 3:56 a.m. in India. Nitesh, is it Jahan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 2:22 a.m. in Dubai for Chelsea in forever.
I've got someone here from Kenya. Kenya.
Oh, he's a legend.
Commander
Patrick O'Day Afoti. Love you, Tony. Love you too.
Love from Montreal as well.
I've got one. Apparently, someone says I should start a channel.
Rogers fan. Cheers, bud.
Nick Pisciotta says I should start a channel. I don't know. I'll have a think about it. I mean, it wouldn't just be football, but you know, I'd be
Michael Paul. Well done, bud.
I am considering it, so I'll let you guys know. But you know, I'm
in the comments. New Zealand. There's someone from New Zealand.
I've got one from Kenya.
We've got Richmond, Virginia, USA, New Zealand.
New Jersey.
Vincent, hi Wickham.
I'm in the comments, guys.
Look at that. Someone actually said from Stamford Bridge. I'm watching it from inside Stamford Bridge.
Wow. How
near
you doing that, mate?
Someone's near Sainsbury's.
Mr. Roman Abramovich.
Oh, brilliant. No, that's honestly, thank you all so much for the support. It's
Are we through 6,000 yet, Eunice? Have we gone through?
I'm not sure.
Can anyone have a look? Someone out
there. Here we go. I've got it up now. We have, drum roll please, gentlemen, 5,967 subscribers. So we're nearly there.
Getting there.
Nearly there.
Definitely getting there. But that's amazing. I'm sure we'll hit the 6,000. When we do, we'll do something for all of you, definitely. Thank you all so much for the support. It's mental. Keep spreading it. Keep sharing it. A big blue family is what we want. Tony, Louis, Tom, thank you so much for today as well. Thanks for coming on.
It's been good.
Same tomorrow. Why not? More debates, more controversy, more rumours, more news. Subscribe to their Twitter, which is at Tony100% Chelsea. We got at Louis the Bugalo.
The Boogaloo.
Boogaloo.
Yeah, I am the Boogaloo.
I don't even know. And Tom, what's your Twitter?
My Twitter's at Big Tom CFC, man. Sorry for being such a party pooper to you guys out there, man. My opinions, I guess they're unpopular opinions, but they're mine exclusively.
It works.
Everyone loves Big Tom.
That's it.
I'm on YouTube as well. Little channel on YouTube. Do a few little bits and bobs.
Yes.
Can I plug myself?
OSF online. Go for it.
Nah, it's Big Tom Speak.
Oh, has it changed? Big Tom Speaks.
Yeah, Big Tom Speaks, man, on YouTube, man.
Big Tom Speaks. Check it out. Great channel. Big Tom all day long.
It's only me and Louis ain't got a channel, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm seriously considering it.
Yeah,
maybe I will.
Why not?
Maybe I will.
But there we are. Subscribe to 100% Chelsea if you are new. Check out all the social media links in the description below. And all of us will see you tomorrow for more Daily Blues. So thank you all for watching, guys. Have a good night from wherever you are in the world. And take care.
Up the Chelsea.
See you guys.